Well, hi, folks. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. I am currently mixing up a protein shake, so you're just going to have to watch me do that for a second. Because I haven't eaten today. It's really starting to get to me. But I wanted to go live as soon as possible. I've been out running errands. So, really, Bitcoin's been doing a lot of compression recently, as expected, right? Just macro level compression directly on top of the weekly 200 mean. Goodness gracious, who could have predicted? One second. No, thank you. Oh, I put turmeric in that as well. And that is not pleasant. Okay. How are we all doing today? It's really hot in here. I'm gonna open this window. See, you're watching like all the stuff I do before I live stream, except I'm actually live streaming, right? Because usually right now is when I settle in. But I just walked in the door, so whew, fun times. Okay, let's do this. Let's actually record this idea. Make sure I have no other windows open. I got a few windows open. Who cares? Okay. This tab, let's do it. Hello, hello. Daily update on Bitcoin. Let's do this. So, daily chart, macro level. We're still seeing compression across the board, right? As long as these standard deviations come closer and closer together, we're just going to trade laterally. The new time we get net expansion, it will define trend. Upward expansion will define mean reversion to around $4,500. Downward expansion, well, I'm expecting support to be found directly on the weekly 200 moving average. Okay, if we pop down the 4-hour chart, we can go ahead and take a look. Let's see what we got here. A little bit too far zoomed out at the moment. One second. Just waiting on 3D Wave PM to load. There we are. Right, very low volatility overhead. Just a lot of net compression. This signal right here, this Wave PM cross, does imply short-term upside. Right. Last update we had, we were tagging the 3.2 standard deviation, so I recommended closing out your short positions because it's very hard to go out beyond this benchmark. You'll notice there was a secondary test of that benchmark, and it was expanding rather rapidly, so it's pretty interesting as well. But now we're getting this new net expansion to the upside, and upward expansion implies short-term upward trend. However, if you take a look at the quad CCI strategy, what do we have? Downward weighted long-term CCI periods with a downward rolling 14-period CCI. Okay, so there's a lot of conflicting signals on this chart. With two different strategies, we get completely different signals, and with that in mind, I'm actually just gonna stay away from this chart at the moment. Okay, guys? All right, because quad CCI entries are very reliable. However, so are Wave PM crosses, and since one implies up and the other implies down, well, that doesn't make a very good case. If we take a look at the 1-hour chart, what are we going to find? Nothing yet, because 3D Wave PM takes forever to load. Beautiful. We are looking at the 160 period. Okay, let's load up the 160 and see what happens. Did it even change? Am I seeing things? Okay, it's 160. Cool. All right. Yeah, down here we got some interesting results as well. 160 is overexpanded. We have re-entered the 160 band at this location. It should have been implied that long positions were now a good idea. Okay, so we are implied to trend all the way up to, you guessed it, the 160 moving average. And it's kind of nice to note that that level is actually a shared resistance with the current overexpanding 3.2 standard deviation. So any kind of volatility pop to the upside will be met with some resistance. However, as this band does expand, the potential energy of this trend will continue to expand And there is some nice volatility overhead here, so I wouldn't expect too much further expansion, at least above these levels here. All right, it is a pretty clean chart. Again, a lot of conflicting signals on the 4-hour, so really nothing too much I want to take here. The daily is still compressing significantly, so there's not anything I want to take there other than just to scalp the range. This does appear to be the swing low of the range, but the downward expansion to the weekly 200 is still implied. So, really, guys, I don't want to trade this chart. There's really nothing here for me. Sometimes the best position is no position, and that's my bet right now. I don't have an opinion. There's going to be a short-term mean reversion to the 160 moving average. Other than that, there's nothing here I can predict, okay? Or at least nothing here that I want to bet on, right? Okay, that's it for today's update. It has been a pleasure. Beautiful. Let's pop over to regular chart. Yes. Let's check the YouTube comments, and I'm going to finish this protein shake. 1 second. God, I didn't mix it at the bottom. Shame. I ordered a shaker. It arrives tomorrow, so. It's awful. Okay, here we are. Cool. So in comments, I see one that says A. XLM, please. Okay. Wow. That's not a nice chart. Downward expansion. Actually, hold on. Finally got something nice here, guys. You know, if we just get this green candle close here, right? This bad boy. Okay, yeah. XLM might be a good bet here, because this is actually one of the true cases of oversold that I actually deal with, right? Tagging the 3.2 standard deviation. A true oversold signal with candle confirmation, an implied mean reversion to the 50 moving average. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a good position. I like it. I might call this. It's a good chart. Ooh, John Harris has a great question. I've noticed you no longer use a quad multi-time frame chart. Is that because of the advent of 3D Wave PM? Yeah, dude. I mean, I can show you if I switch this to a quad chart. Why not? Right? It's probably going to break my computer, but let's do it. Okay. 4 charts. Let's see how well this loads. I'm getting a little claustrophobic here, I'm going to be honest. You know what? Not as bad as I expected. Let's unsync time frames. Good. And now, let's do this. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. Okay, can I deal with this? Really claustrophobic, but I mean, sure, we can do this. Is it HD enough for you guys to see everything? Like, really? I guess I can still full screen as needed, and the lag isn't as bad as I anticipated, I'll be honest. And actually, I'm just waiting for this guy down here to load up. Has it loaded? Okay, see, that's the problem. Eventually, one of the scripts is going to time out. Because we are pushing this to the absolute limit All right, let's define the retracement value on the 15-minute chart. 100 moving average. Oh my God. I'm going to all in XLM. Woo, close, but not quite. We're almost there. Okay, a little bit further on this mean reversion. We're going to set up entry right through here. Can you guys see this? Like, is it actually visible? Because that's my #1 priority. Because I can do this, because it's not as laggy as I anticipated. But yeah, guys, we need a little bit further retracement down to the 100 MA on the 1 hour or 15-minute chart. That'll provide us with the ideal entry for a long position. And let's calculate our profit ratio, because this is going to be insane. Downside is 2%. Our upside is 40%. 20-to-1 profit ratio. That's what we go for here. 20-to-1. 20 to fucking 1. This is a really good chart. I'm into it. You can't see the numbers. Let me full screen this shit. It is a little blurry. I mean, one option is I can do this. Does that make it any better, guys? I mean, it makes it better for me. You're going to have to deal with not being able to see everything on the 15-minute chart. I can deal with this. Can you deal with this? And actually, you know what I can do to fix this? Boom, baby. Left price scale instead of right price scale. Okay. Super. Is this streaming in HD? I can't even tell. Somebody help me. Let me go to the live stream dashboard. I actually want to see what this looks like right now. Yeah, because I'm doing something new. It's not as HD as I want it to be. Shoot. There's really... What do you think, guys? What's the plan? I guess this can do for now. Well, let's go to settings. And then I'm going to boost the video bitrate. Actually, do I have this in HD? Technically 720, okay. Let's see if I can handle 4,000, right? If anything breaks that I just switched it to 4,000, let me know. But that should make things a little bit clearer, okay? Wow. And what do you guys think of this template here? Good? Yeah, I used to stream in 4K, or I used to stream in 1080p. So let's see how this is doing now. Not much better. Let's switch this to 8,000. Let's see what happens. You know what? It might not actually change on the stream itself, but we'll switch it to 8,000 just for fun. Because that's 1080p. Let's see what happens. We'll give it a second. Okay, that's XLM. Let's go ahead and take a look at... Ethereum. Yeah, I can get into that. Yeah, I kind of like this. Thank you for reminding me to do this, because this does make me a little bit happier. 60 MA mean reversion over here. Looks like that already completed. We might be tagging the bottom edge of that 60 band. So let's full screen the daily for a second. And get a 6, well no, because that's 50 and it's still not tagging the bottom. So Daily is functioning as expected. We could go a little bit down further to 2800. That is a possible downward expansion. Are we seeing mean reversion pivots on the 4-hour chart? You know, we had the slow taper down trend. I guess if we want to use quad CCI strategy, might be our better as a trend. We have downward expansion across all periods. There is low volatility overhead. We have net expansion from the 14 period crossing over the 100 period. There's no volatility overhead. Oh my goodness, this is a great short position. Yeah, as soon as that rolls down, short it. It's a good chart. We don't even need to go lower, guys. That's it. Okay? Okay. GBP USD. Oh, is this an HD now? Let's refresh this page and see if I'm streaming in 1080p. Nope, okay. Maybe next live stream, it'll do it. Let's try stopping the stream. No, I don't want to do that. You guys can just deal with 1080p for one episode. Next one is going to be in 1080. And I need a second monitor. But it's going to have to be like Bluetooth or something because my HDMI port is broken. Nothing like the taste of turmeric and whey. 21 viewers. Boom, baby. Okay. We also just went full screen. And I guess that can be convenient. Just... Oh, I can just change the ticker by typing, can't I? Ha! Never mind. Okay, we can do this. We can reliably do this. GBP USD. Wow. Okay, well this is clean. Yeah, we loaded up a short position on the daily chart when we tagged that 3.2 standard deviation. Looks like we're finding, is that the 160 MA or the... Yeah, you're right. That would be more aesthetically pleasant. There we go. Boom. Everything is charts. Except my face. Sorry. Yeah, we had a short entry when we take that 3.2 standard deviation. Much like XLM is doing right now. So, and look at this, guys. I even have like all my tools here as well. Although, one gripe, I can't put my ruler tool in this toolbar. I can only put... And I can't put the trash can over here as well, can I? Does anyone know how to drag the trash can over here? Or if there's like a trash can shortcut I can use? Because I draw things and I hit the trash can a lot. I need like a hotkey for the trash can. Okay. Rant over. Yeah, I wanted to find out if this was 200. It is. Okay. Yeah, we're retesting the daily 200 moving average. That's fair, right? Because that's going to be an institutional benchmark to define trend. Well, we did have this overbought signal when we tagged the 3.2. It makes sense we would find support on the daily 200. And then, of course, some choppy trading directly on top of it as institutional investors fight over price. That would make the most sense. Okay? There's a nice little volatility pop to the upside here. I guess, really, if you want to... Yeah. Tough because, you know, we still have this defined upward trend on the 4-hour. So yes, while tagging here, it was a great short entry. Just do expect some lateral trading for the time being, allowing these short-term distributions on the 4-hour to sufficiently compress. That'd be my bet. TRX. Trend? Who loves a trend? Everybody loves that trend. Yeah, as I said yesterday, just look for longs on the CCI roll-ups. You know, here, here, here. That's all very clean. And then 1 hour charts compressing nicely, you know, allowing time for the next expansion to actually take hold. Yeah, we're just getting a bull flag, folks. As long as you don't get downward expansion, you know, consider this a good bullish position, right? Trend is defined, trade the trend. Simple as that. Ooh, the little eye in a circle icon in the bottom right has the keyboard shortcuts. Let's check it out. This guy right here. Ooh. Alt R, that's interesting. Switching between charts and multi-chart layout. Oh, I want to try that. Yeah, it is not happy with that. But it works. I'm going to look over this one more time because I've never taken the time to actually do this. Although I'm going to be honest, they don't have what I want. There is no trash alt drawn symbols. Oh, wait, maybe there is. Ooh, this might have it, my folks. I can make a Gann box in fixed increments. That's going to take my trading strategy to the next level. They still don't have what I want. You'd think they have a shortcut for, like, deleting everything, but they don't. Nuisance. I'm just going to have to start living with leaving charts, or leaving indicators on my charts. Okay, we lost a few viewers during that. Okay, well, I'm going to check the last charts here. Because I'm wasting time. XRP, BTC. I heard it broke out today. That's uninteresting. Shit. Once you actually cross the mean reversion pivots on this bad boy, you are going to get some great short positions. Trend defined by the 90 period. Wow. That was actually called by a downward expansion, so I don't want to I do not want to touch this for the moment. Because it's actually really rare for price action to switch which side of the overexpanded distribution it's on, right? So this is one of the times where mass readings are going to not be accurate, right? because the downward expansion, the mass generated by that is still being represented by this new upward expansion. And while that might not pose a problem theoretically, I don't feel comfortable actually using it as a pivot to define the trend, because it's not isolated data like mass usually is. Really confusing chart. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to touch this. Not yet. Yes, I am inclined to say short, but only when it crosses the right pivots, and the pivots aren't being correctly defined. Okay? So, I'm sorry. I don't have an opinion on XRP at the moment. James Gallagher, is Quant chartable now? It's on Bittrex yet. Good question. Yes, it is technically chartable. I could load up the ticker, but it only shows me like a few candles and none of my indicators will load. So you're going to have to wait like 2 weeks, and then maybe I can do it on the 15-minute chart. And even then, it's going to be choppy. No, because John Harris, I actually, my stream resolution got fucked when I reset OBS when I was having live stream problems. But it's really not the biggest problem right now. All right, folks, I'm going to look at the last questions here. Frank said TRX. That looks like everything. Okay, folks, that's it for today's live stream. It has been a pleasure. I'll talk to y'all later.